Omale concert.
Can we get her a tissue, please?
Let's see what she got to say, dog.
You went to a concert, an Omale concert, and obviously you wanted to be there. We all saw the footage. You were very excited to be there. And you got called up on stage, and like we mentioned earlier, you gave him the hottest wine ever. But you were with somebody. Now, this is the question on everybody's minds. Girl, who is this man? Were you in a committed and defined relationship with him?
Yes, we was in a committed relationship.
How long were you together for?
Just under a year.
But what the hell, boy?
A year.
And when you say you were in a defined relationship, just so that everybody's aware, he was your boyfriend and you were his girlfriend?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect.
Really, Nick?
So you mentioned in your apology video, which we're going to get back to,
means.
that you're a diehard fan of Omale. So I think my question here is, did you think I might get called on stage? Did that run through your mind?
I've always wanted to go on stage with Omale. Like, I don't think there's any other artist that I'd even go on stage like with. So me and him, we've had this conversation like days before the concert. If I was to get called on stage, like, would you be fine with that? And he said, yeah, that's fine. He's been okay with it, yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, that kind of changes the narrative. So we've seen from the videos that have surfaced online that you were very excited to go on stage. And now that you've revealed...
So, he probably said it was okay for you to go on stage, but not to do all that. Come on now, dog.
Bro, come on
Let's
now,
be
dog.
for real, cuz.
Come
Come
on,
on stage
man.
and do all that, cuz. That ain't what he meant when he said he was okay with it. Let's be real, man.
to us that he was okay with it. You going on stage, was it something that you just told him, or did you guys discuss it prior?
We discussed it prior, obviously, but he didn't know that I'd get picked to go on stage. So when Omale pointed at me, obviously in the video you can see like I was really, really excited, which I was. And he was encouraging me to go. Like he even said, yeah, like go. That's why I went in the first place.
There is a point in the video where it looks as though he's holding on to you and saying, well, obviously we don't know what he was saying, but it does look like he was a bit reluctant to let you go on stage. Is that fair for us to say?
Not really, just because he was holding me the entire show.
Okay.
So that's why it looked like he didn't want me to go, but he was fine with it. And there was a point where I was like stood next to him and everyone thought like I moved away from him, but I was stood there because I was waiting for the security to get me out of the crowd.
Okay, so when you got up onto the stage, what was going through your mind from the minute that he pointed to you getting onto the stage? What was going through your mind?
I was like, you picked me? Like I was so happy, honestly. Like I wasn't thinking of anything negative, anything bad, or I'd go up there and do something that would obviously, you know. But I was really, really happy. Like I was just so excited. I was like, I'm on stage with Omale, like this is what I wanted, so yeah. Yeah, I was
we
happy.
could all see that you were very excited. I mean, if it was me and Usher, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd be in the same position as you. So when you got on stage and you know you were dancing with Omale, and obviously when you went behind the screen and everything, did you at any point think, oh, my man's in the audience actually, maybe let me relax a little bit? Did that ever occur to you?
If I'm being honest, no.
Okay.
I knew he was in the crowd, obviously. Like, I know
Bro,
he was
come
there,
on now, dog.
Before
Come on,
we
man.
got up the stairs, obviously he asked me what my name was, and I just did my little like dance. I obviously thought that was it, so I didn't think of it as much about him being offended in the crowd or anything.
Okay. When you went to the top of the stairs and the screen came down, what was going through your mind at that point?
From what I remember, like I said prior, I was just really happy and excited. And he's done something similar at his previous show, but obviously that was with a professional dancer, so I wouldn't expect him to do that with a fan. But obviously when those curtains like dropped, I just thought to myself, I was like, oh, is this like the same performance that he did at his last show? So yeah, I just kind of knew I just had to dance.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, your boyfriend ain't see that show.
From Omale, and this is something that he has done before. So at that point, did you feel any pressure to overperform, to show them that you're that girl, you know?
I kind of did, because there was a lot of people, a lot of cameras, and I knew if I walk off the stage, people would tell me, oh, you ruined the show, you did this, you did that. So I just thought, okay, just
I'm here now.
I'm here now, just dance, like.
From one person to another, you did your thing, yeah? So that being said, after you guys danced, there is a rumor going around, I'm not sure if you heard that, when the screen came down, you and Omale did share a kiss.
We did not kiss. All he did was he just like kind of hugged me. So obviously because of like the shadow, it looked like we kissed, but no, we didn't.
After you danced with Omale on stage, was there any exchange of contact details, whether it's Instagram, phone number, email?
No, his team did ask me to like stay, obviously.
You
but because my
lied to
boyfriend's in the
me.
crowd, I just
Stay on stage
no, like stay
Backstage.
Backstage, yeah.
and you declined?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So after the concert, Omale
Stay backstage.
tweeted, well, allegedly tweeted about the fact that he asked you if you had a boyfriend. Is this real? Is this fake? Like, can you clarify?
That's definitely fake.
So he didn't ask you if you had a boyfriend. Did you guys actually have a conversation prior to you dancing?
We had a conversation after, like after the dance, we spoke.
You and Omale?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that was on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that conversation?
No, I was just really excited. I was just like, thank you like for letting me go on stage and stuff. Yeah, that was it.
What was the first conversation you had when you went back down into the audience with your boyfriend?
Even before I got to him, I already kind of felt a certain type of way. I just felt like I did something not wrong, but I knew he would probably be offended when I saw his face. So he wasn't really like speaking.
Really?
For the rest of the show, no.
Oh, okay. You said you felt some type of way. What was the way that you were feeling?
So as I was walking like through the crowd, there was this guy and he was like to me, "Oh, is that your man?" And I was like, so that the way he said it, I just thought, I wouldn't want anyone to speak about him in that way or to me. Like, what do you mean, oh, is that your man? So immediately I was like, oh shit, like.
So you basically came from a high and you felt low at that point because of what the person had said.
And then obviously I saw his face and then I was just like, oh yeah.
In a video that had surfaced online, we can see him walking away. Did you guys go home together? You said you didn't have a conversation in the audience. Did you speak at any point on that night?
Of course we did. Like, we went home together. In the video, it looked like he was walking away from me, but we was walking together. A group of girls just stopped me and just said, "Oh, like, you did your thing, like, you did." And obviously he wasn't trying to hear that. So he just walked off, but he was waiting for me at the end of the road. So obviously the person that was recording didn't get that part, but he was waiting for me.
And the reason why I'm asking this question is because there's been a lot of conversation about if that's your boyfriend, for you to go on stage, and this is something that I myself have thought, if for you to go on stage while your boyfriend's there, that's not something that a lot of people would see as respectful. Talk us through that.
Yeah, I do, and I did respect him a lot, but I know the way I danced on stage might have looked like I don't respect him at all, but I have a lot of respect for him. But I do understand why people would think what I did was disrespectful.
Did you speak about it as a couple after?
Their own business.
What was that conversation like?
I don't want to speak about that.
Okay, it was a private conversation.
Yeah, it was a private conversation.
Okay. If the tables were turned, do you think there would be this much outrage if he had gotten on stage and danced with Jada Kingdom?
Yeah, we've literally spoke about that before. He was like, "Oh, what if Ira Star calls me on stage?" And I was like, "Go, like, do your thing. Just because you go on stage, it doesn't mean there's anything between you and the artist. So, like, it's cool. Like, I wouldn't have an issue with that, no."
And do you think that you would have felt a type of way depending on the audience and your surrounding?
I wouldn't feel a certain type of way, but obviously if people are recording you, because they're invading your privacy, you don't just record people, I would feel uncomfortable. But not with him being on stage, but with the fact that people are just trying to make it look like it's wrong.
Painting a different story.
Yes.
Okay. When did you actually notice that you had gone viral?
So on the night, like literally immediately after the concert, I saw myself on TikTok and I was like, oh, that was quick. Like, but that was just a clip of me dancing. Like, he wasn't in that video. And there was like a lot of positive comments. Like, a lot of girls were saying, "Oh, I wish that was me, you did your things." I was okay with it because there wasn't like any hate or anything.
What was going through your mind then when you had seen it actually blow up on Shade Borough? It's made it to the Shade Room at one point. How were you feeling?
It was a lot because there's only so much someone can take, and for you to like see yourself all over social media in a negative way, it did affect my mental health because everyone had like lots of opinions and stuff, but I had my friends and family around, so they were like really supportive.
How did they react to this situation?
With my friends, because I called them straight away. I even called them like when it happened, and they did say, oh, maybe like you shouldn't have danced the way you did. And I understood because at the time I did feel very bad for him. But then after it got out of hand, we just said like it's not that serious. Like I shouldn't be getting this amount of hate. And with my family, they're very supportive. I actually thought they'd be like angry at me or they'd like, you know, but they were like, it's just a dance. Like, you're young, enjoy yourself, so yeah.
I want you to be very candid in this moment about how it made you feel.
I was really confused, and I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, all I cared about was what he thinks of me. And he did tell me what he thinks of me, like complete opposite to what people are saying. But because there was just so much that was said, I don't know what to do with all of that. So it was like really, really bad.
It was a lot. And how are you doing now?
I'm okay. I'm not gonna let that get to me, like, because if I do good or bad, people are gonna speak regardless,
So there have been a few rumors going around, one of many, that this was a staged thing. I don't know how it could be staged, but there have been allegations that it's staged. Can you talk us through that, shed light?
I get why people would say that, because I know for a fact some people, if you went on stage, you probably wouldn't know like what to do or how to dance. So I get why people would say that, but no, it wasn't staged.
So you're just a natural bad bee dancer.
Like, if I need to go with the flow, I'll go with the flow. Like,
period.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so the next part that we're going to get into, a lot of people know about Kai Cenat, who is a YouTuber, big YouTuber, American streamer, and he has a way of getting quite a lot of people on his show, and you know, you get great exposure if you go on into his show. And he reached out to you and asked, would you be willing to come on, have a conversation about the events of that night? To which you proceeded to respond, no, if I will come on, however, I'm gonna need compensation. How did we get there?
When he messaged me, first of all, I was like, is this actually Kai Cenat? Because why would you message me? Like, I don't know how much I was actually trending, because at the time I wasn't really using my phone as much. I didn't want to see all the hate and stuff. So when I opened my DMs and I saw that he messaged me, I was like, this is good. Like, this has to be, you know. So what I did was I spoke to my friends and my family, and for me to go on anyone's live stream, I don't really, and at the time I wasn't thinking about exposure and stuff. I just thought, because I'm trending, I'm not gonna go on your live stream for free. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So.
Was this from advice that you had gotten or just an internal thing?
Both.
Okay. And obviously when you responded and said you needed compensation, he was like, the audacity, how dare you, sort of thing, and proceeded to, well, from what we know, proceeded to reach out to your boyfriend. Can you talk us through that, the timeline of how that went?
After he replied with compensation, ? He actually rang me. So he video called me twice, but I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he told me to not answer the phone, so.
Wait a minute. So you was with your boyfriend and he told you not to answer Kai Cenat's call?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He just said, oh, like, I should focus on my mental health and like delete everything, like delete all my DMs and stuff.
And can you clarify what day this happened on?
I think it was like 3 days after the concert.
So like a Wednesday?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so your boyfriend said to you, don't answer the call, focus on your mental health. So how did we go from focusing on your mental health to him now being on Kai Cenat's live stream show?
I don't even know.
Okay, What was the status of you lot's relationship at this point?
We were still speaking.
But you weren't together?
We were.
You were still together?
Yeah.
When he told you not to answer Kai Cenat's call?
Yeah.
Okay, so from the time he told you not to answer the call and then him going onto Kai Cenat's stream, how long was that? Was it a day
hours.
or two? Sorry?
Couple of hours.
Okay. How did we get there? Can you elaborate?
Yeah, City
What
Boys
happened?
up 100 points, baby!
All I know was he told me to not go on it and I should focus on my mental health. The next day, well, it was already the next day because it was like maybe like 2 a.m. We were still speaking and then all of a sudden he's on Kai Cenat's live stream. I was like...
When you say, because I just need to make sure that we are clear.
Yeah.
You are saying we're still speaking. That means a lot of things. Were you still boyfriend and girlfriend?
We never broke up. We never like...
Oh.
We never actually broke up.
Even now?
I don't want to answer that part.
I'm going to probe you here. Why don't you want to answer?
Because it's private. I think that's something me and him should keep private, whether we are together or not.
I understand. But for me, for you to say that this is private in terms of the status of your relationship, it then kind of goes back to it being, is this staged? Is this for content? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if he's told you not to go onto Kai Cenat's live stream and then a couple hours gone on, and now he's getting a lot of benefits which we're gonna touch on, and you don't want to clarify if you're together or not, it's a bit, where do you guys stand? Are we angry at the right person? Because everybody's angry at you right now because you're the girl who has scorned this oh so innocent man. But now you're saying it wasn't actually like that and you don't want to divulge if you're in a relationship or not. Where's the thought process on that?
We're not speaking right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not speaking right now, but the relationship status is still question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, from him going onto the live stream, how did you feel about that? Because he has gotten a lot of opportunities from that. From our numbers, he had, let me double check, 400 followers and he now sits at 88,000 followers. He has done a Morley's advert. Apparently he's getting a lot of brand deals. How does that make you feel? Especially because he told you not to go on.
I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy for him because I know this is something he's not always wanted, but it's something that I know he could do because he's got he can do it. Like, I know what he can do. But the way he's gone about it was unnecessary because whether you go on the live stream or not, I wouldn't have had an issue with it anyway. So he didn't have to go about it in that way because you just kind of betraying the people that you still claim that you love. So
do you think that he had people in his ear telling him what to do?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay. I'm going to go back to a question that I said before. In terms of him going on Kai Cenat's live stream, despite him telling you not to go on, do you feel like it was like a lick back type situation?
Yeah, part of me.
Here we go, look back!
Despite him telling you not to go on, do you feel like it was like a lick back type situation?
Yeah, part of me does, but that's just scary because I've been speaking to him before and I was with him. So not once did I ever feel like he was gonna do that. Like I said, he could have told me and I still wouldn't find an issue with it.
Is this a forgivable offense for you?
No.
No. Fair enough. Do you regret not going on Kai Cenat's live stream?
I don't regret it because at the end of the day, it just shows me what he's capable of.
Who? Kai Cenat?
No, him. Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah.
If you could change anything, would you have gone on? Would you have said, you know what? Yeah, I don't need the compensation. Let me speak my truth.
Yeah, because I was going to answer, I was going to call him back, but obviously he was there and he was just not with it. So anything he wasn't with, anything he didn't want to do, I wasn't going to do.
Did you seek any advice about going on, or was it just in that moment you made the decision with your question mark boyfriend?
So in that moment, because my friends were around as well, they weren't with us, But I said, oh, let me just quickly go ask my friends. And he said, there's no point, like, he said, just don't go on it. So I didn't end up going on it.
Okay. When your boyfriend went onto the Kai Cenat live stream and Kai Cenat set up this dating situation, 20 versus 1, how did that make you feel, seeing as you mentioned earlier that you guys hadn't actually broken up?
I was really offended because I wasn't expecting that. I just felt really disrespected, but obviously he felt disrespected with what I did. But for you to go on the live stream while you was just with me on the whole like dating show or 20 versus 1.
Whoa, wait a minute, god damn, what do you mean? What, this is why I say women always try to play victim, cuz how the hell you gonna say, yeah, what I did was disrespectful, but, y'all gotta repeat the but for him to go on the live stream and they, like, how is, oh my goodness, what you mean, but? You went on stage in front of this man and danced freaky as hell with a whole nother man, so what the fuck do you mean, but? Stop playing victim, cuz. Come on now, dog. Come on,
bro,
man.
come on now, dog.
Perspective of what I did.
Come on, man.
For you to go on the live stream while you was just with me on the whole like dating show or 20 versus 1, like it was just a bit uncalled for, but opportunity is an opportunity, so.
And did you guys have a conversation about that after?
No.
You never spoke about it?
No.
Wow, okay. Did he apologize? Did he message you? Did you just left it?
Just left it.
Wow. One thing that you've been consistent with throughout this conversation is about how you made him feel and how he was disrespected and you felt like you had done something to him. But him going onto Kai Cenat's live stream and doing a dating game when you hadn't actually broken up feels very vindictive and like he's purposely gone out of his way to hurt you. I know you said you felt disrespected, but how did we go from A to Z? From 1 minute you're telling me to focus on my mental health and then the next minute you're going on a dating show when we're still, you mentioned you were still together at that point. Can you kind of talk us through that?
I feel like he didn't actually care about how that would make me feel. I don't think he was even thinking about me, because if you was, you would have told me before, because I'm not going to say no, like don't go on the live stream, like I wouldn't have an issue with it, but he didn't say anything. He just ended up on the live stream with 20 different girls and
whiskey is the number.
I'm not gonna lie, like that really hurt, but I know he doesn't care.
Yeah, because it's very clear that when you went on stage with Omale, you said that you had a conversation prior with him about, and he said if I went on stage with what's her name? RSR, that you would be okay with it, but this felt very intentional.
Yeah, very intentional.
We spoke a bit earlier and you mentioned that you don't feel like it was a mistake. You don't regret going on stage at any point. Do you still stand by that?
I don't regret going on stage. However, what I do regret is how that made him feel, because no one wants to be in a crowd and feel like publicly humiliated and stuff. Like, I don't blame him for how like he felt. So, but I don't regret going on stage when we've had that conversation before. So no.
I want to just kind of pick your brain. You going on stage with an artist, how would it have been in a respect? How could you have done it in a respectful way where he wouldn't have felt a type of way?
Obviously, I would have danced differently. However, there was a lot of pressure because I have seen his previous performance. So I just thought, like I said, I had to dance the same way, basically.
If this were to happen tomorrow, knowing everything you know now, and you went to the concert tomorrow, Omale pointed at you, and you would still do it again. That's what you said, right? And you don't regret going on stage, but you regret how it made your boyfriend feel. So if that's the case, what led you to make an apology video? Did you feel pressured by the social media, what people were saying, the fact that people were getting onto you? Is that what made you want to apologize?
The reason why I apologized is because I did publicly humiliate him. He felt embarrassed. So that's why I wanted to make an apology publicly. But that wasn't the point of the video. Yeah.
In one of your videos, you mentioned that everybody needs to heal and move on. What did you mean by that?
Let's be real, if everyone's mistakes were recorded,
That part.
where would we all be at?
Yeah.
So that's why I think everyone should just heal, move on. It's happened. I can't go back and change it. I did what I did. He felt how he felt, but people should just move on from it.
Have you healed? Have you moved on?
From the situation, like the concert, yeah, I've moved on a long time ago. But with how he felt, no.
Is this a situation that you guys can come back from? Can we see you guys in a few months holding hands, walking down the River Thames? Is that possible?
I don't know.
There's a narrative out there about you right now that, you know, you're bad mind, you're disrespectful, you didn't rate him, you went out of your way to intentionally hurt him, which you've clarified you didn't. So is there anything that you want to say to people to just be like, listen, we had a conversation, it wasn't that X, Y, Z?
Yeah, we did have a conversation and he knows my character. Like, nobody else that's speaking actually knows me. Like, he knows me, he knows me, he knows my character. He knows how respectful I am towards him as well. He can't like deny that. I just want to put that out there that he doesn't think of me the way people think of me.
But is that before though? Because it seems as though, like you mentioned earlier, that he has been heavily influenced.
He has been, yeah.
So do you feel like his perspective of you has changed?
No,
You still think he thinks of you?
he does think of me the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. What I've gathered through the course of this conversation is your need and desire to protect him. You keep saying you disrespected him and you made him feel some type of way. But let's talk about how you feel and how you've been disrespected. I want you to realize and understand that your feelings are very much valid in this situation and it's not just about him. How do you feel about this?
I feel very hurt. I'm angry as well because you don't do that to someone. Like, you don't. And I did say before, there's other ways he could have gone about it, but he's hurt me in the past. Like, he knows what I did was not on purpose. I've never intentionally hurt him or make him feel any type of way. And that's why I'm so hurt, because of how I've made him feel. But it seems like he doesn't care about how I feel. He doesn't care what I'm doing. He doesn't care how I'm dealing with the hate. He knows the hate I'm getting. He's been seeing it, you know. And for him to even add me to his little ad video that he did is very disrespectful. Like, and I'm just hurt. I'm just really, really hurt. Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that. I really do feel for you. I feel like, obviously, you've been mentioning that he was disrespected, and because he was disrespected publicly, it doesn't take away from the fact that you've been disrespected publicly as well, essentially. Speak to me about how you would have liked this situation to be handled differently on his part.
The thing that hurts the most is the conversations we've had in private, and then in public, he's just acting like I'm this. He hasn't even said anything, but because he hasn't said anything, it's like he's going with what everybody else is saying. It's the conversations we've had. You know, we've spoken about this, even like family members, like as well. He knows, and then for him to like just turn around and like do that, it just.
Actions speak louder than
You
words,
mentioned
baby.
before that you have been getting a lot of negative comments and things like that. Can you kind of elaborate on what people have been
What else do
saying
you
to
want
you?
to ask this?
They've said a lot. Like, a lot has been said about me. Like, a lot of things that I've never even heard of. And I do read what people say. I know the right thing is to not read what like people have to say about you, but because I've never been in this situation, I can't help it but read. And the things that I've read, like, people can be so mean. Like, people tell me to kill myself. They're telling me ways I can get it quickly, like easy and like done with. Threatening my family, threatening that if they see me, they're gonna kill me. I hope your family gets cancer and they all die.
Wow, God forbid.
Or like someone said, oh, I hope you get raped and killed. Just stuff like that.
First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all, just from a personal, being in the public eye, what I do in the music business, just being a person in the public eye from what I do in my career is, you can't read these comments, man. Like, people gonna say what they say. The internet is undefeated, man. Like, the internet is constantly gonna be one of the most negative places you could go to when it comes to things. So you can't really pay attention to the comments, Like, that'll drive some people crazy for real, paying attention to them comments. So, but anybody whoever, like, whether you a normal person and you end up going through a viral moment, or if you planning on being in the entertainment business, in the social media business, in the YouTube, or whatever it is, if you plan on being in the business of being in the public eye, just be prepared and know that, like, you don't gotta sit there and read the negative comments. Like, when I first initially started, making a name for myself, and I started receiving negative comments when I was on my Instagram or whatever the case may be. It's like, when I did see it, like, I really didn't pay attention to a lot of it. But when I did see one, I just say, thanks, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Or I appreciate you taking the time out to write this comment. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for helping me go up in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and move on.
Sorry, girl. Can we get her a tissue, please? Sorry. You okay? Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Take your time, take your time.
And she pretty as ever, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted.
You're gonna want to see this.
Don't get it twisted, my man. Yeah, hey, little shot of pretty to the butt. Hey, man. Hey.
Come with me right now. Let me show you.
These comments that you're getting, is it from a particular demographic of people? Is it more male, more female? Thank you.
It's a lot of men, but there's also a lot of women as well, which is really shocking. Like, how can you bash another woman for what she's just done? I didn't kill anyone. I didn't go on stage, I didn't kill anyone. I didn't say anything and like I ran off stage or something. I just danced and my boyfriend happened to be there. Like, the hate is a lot. It's too much. It's too much. I'm only one person. Like, this can really, really like get to someone.
I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. And like we said earlier, your feelings are valid as well. You did something that upset your partner, but you didn't do it intentionally. It doesn't warrant any of these type of comments that you're getting. So never feel like you're responsible for this. Do you understand what I mean? So you mentioned that you guys have not spoken. Is there anything that you would like to say to him, knowing that more than likely he's gonna watch this?
I just hope for him, like, in the future, he just gets his own, like, he's so easily influenced by his friends. Like, he needs to have his own. If you love someone, you love them. You don't care about what other people have to say, because at the end of the day, you know me. Do you get what I mean? Like, you know me for me. These people, even your friends, they don't know me. So have your own say, have your own opinion. Do what you want to do. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, like, you don't. That's it. Just, it's your life. No one's going to bash him if you come out and say, oh, I've forgiven her, guys, leave her alone. No one can do you anything. It's about what you want to do. So he just shouldn't listen to what people have to say about me or his friends.
What would you like us to know about Jess, the real Jess?
I want people to know that that person that they think I am isn't me. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a disrespectful person. I do respect myself. I respect others. I respect the people that I love. I'm just a young girl. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm just trying
now
to be
is you
happy
just a young girl
and
trying to
do
live
what
her
makes
life.
me happy.
Now it goes to that.
I want to travel as well. I just want to live my life. Like,
As you
that's
should.
it. Yeah.
Following the events that have happened, obviously you've gained quite a few followers as well, so positive there. How do you want to use this platform? Do you intend to use this platform for any type of positivity, or what trajectory are you hoping on taking?
I've never had this many followers before, and I wasn't expecting it, so I never had a plan on what to do with it. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. I've recently signed with a modeling agency.
Amazing.
So I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, keep modeling, start working with brands as well, because brands have reached out to me. So yeah.
Fantastic. Since this has happened and you've gone out, what has been the reception that you've received from people?
So publicly, it's been positive. I recently went out with my friend. We just went shopping. I felt followed by a group of young people, and then one of them just ran past me, and then he had his phone to his ear, but his camera was facing me, and I knew he was recording me, but I was just oh, it felt weird because I've never been in that situation before. And then I had two girls approach me, and they just said oh, are you Jess? And I was like, yeah. And they were oh, F all the hate, keep doing you. I felt that was really, really cute. And then there was a group of boys that also asked me for pictures, and I just took pictures of them, so yeah.
So that's actually really good. I'm happy that you're receiving positive energy. So fantastic to that. Well, thank you, Jess, for joining us today.
Good. Everybody got mistakes, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody make mistakes. You feel me? The only thing is, I just say don't be trying to play victim when you make yours. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, obviously, you can't just say he's influenced by his friends, because a nigga, and that's one thing I can say. If you really feel some type of way about shorty, then don't tell her one thing and do another. Nigga, just stand on that shit. Yeah, look, I ain't feeling what you did. I know you a good girl and all of this and shit, but your actions speak louder than words, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know some women that probably would have went on that stage, and once he would have got to trying to dance like that, she would have cut that shit off. I don't give a fuck if it's a show or not. No, I can't do all that, baby. I got a man, or I got a husband, or I got whatever the case may be. But like they said, they was only dating under a year, so you know what I'm saying? It's just, it shows. And that's why I always said, women have very bad impulse decision making. You know what I'm saying? They have very bad impulse decision making. Not all women, but a lot of women have bad impulse decision. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing towards a woman. She did what she did. He did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Hey man. City Boys over 100 points. But no, real talk. But all the hate, man, y'all just stop hating on it, dog. It ain't even worth it, to say the certain negative comments y'all been saying or whatever. And for her, you just gotta look, baby girl. Look, you just gotta stop reading the comments. Now, look, baby, you pretty as hell. You feel me now? If you looking for another man, you feel me? I can forgive you, baby.